It's that time again, booked in day of war, also known for me as the pig squat routine. Originally, I said that I was going to do this once a week, but man, I always get reminded about just a normal life and how hectic it can be. You go on a bunch of nights, and voila, a week becomes week and a half. So I did this 11 days ago, last. So it's a week and a half later that I'm trying to do the pig squat routine again, but it's on my mind. It's always on my mind when I'm going to do it. I obviously can't do it off a night shift, before a night shift, all that kind of thing. So yeah, I need to have some sort of all right sleep and food in the belly to fill up for this, because this is straight up agony, pain. It's, you need a whole while to recover from this, both mentally and physically and spiritually. It's just one of those things that you're going to have pain. You're going to be in a whole lot of discomfort. Today, the approach was basically I learned from last time. Last time I stopped at 160 kilos for 6. That was the last set that I did last time I did this 11 days ago. And I managed to do all of that within the hour. So I did 160 at 60 minutes basically. So it was a full hour, and I did all of that work in an hour. I was nauseated. I was spitting around the place. I had that kind of sputum coming up, like getting ready to vomit. I've been down that path before. I know how it is to vomit from exercise, and usually kind of you get that sputum kind of start to come up, and you're burping and all that. So that's what I had last time. So for somebody that does not have the power to finish the pig squat routine, the last thing I need is really short breaks. So for this time around, I thought, okay, let's really concentrate on good breaks. So I was looking at the clock a lot during today. So I was basically aiming for a 5-minute rest, even after these sets. We're talking barbell, then 30 kilos and 40 kilos. I was looking at the clock and I'm like, I'm getting 5 minutes. I don't care. So today, all of today ended up being hour and 45 minutes in duration. For basically 17 sets. So I stopped at 170 for a set of 5. So I kind of beat my last attempt by one more step, which I'm quite happy about. And I'm pleased to say that it wasn't as bad as it was last time. So because of all this extra rest, I felt good. I had pumped legs, shaky legs and all that, but there was no nausea and I didn't sweat like a pig. So much better existence today than last time. So if you look at 17 sets, if you do a quick calc and divide it by hour and 45 minutes, it works out to be, I think, 6 something minutes on average for rest, which is, it's a lot of rest when you think about it, but it's also a lot of work. 6 minutes. I remember back in the day when I was doing 5x5, Mark Crypto, starting strength, all that kind of thing. Man, after a few weeks of linear progression, man, some of those later weeks, man, you end up spending 10 minutes between those sets of 5. It's just brutality. You end up working with 85% basically for a set of 5, and that's just agony. So I know what it is when you're resting a whole lot. And I basically needed this today. I really wanted to see what my strength limit is. And in order for that to happen, you need to basically rest a little bit between workouts, between sets. Because if there's residual fatigue building all the time, which there is obviously, but if you want to minimize that as much as possible. But yeah, so I got to 170 times 5, quite happy. So 11 days on, I'm able to get on one more ladder, one more step on the ladder. I thought about 180 for 4. That would have been an ugly thing. So I decided not to do that, leave that for another day. Once I get 180, then, man, it's getting awfully close. Clearly, I don't have the absolute strength to do 210 for 1, especially with all of this volume behind me. But even though I can't complete it, I think it's valuable as anything, man. It is a lot of work. I like how it kind of sneaks up on you. I like the extended warm-up, essentially what this is. Very long warm-up. I respect weights below 50%. I think there's a lot of value there. So that's why I keep coming back to this. I know some of you guys have also tried it. And some of you guys know how bad it can feel. But, I think you can manipulate certain things like rest. But yeah, in my pursuit of squatting 210, I think this is right up my alley. It adds a lot of fitness, muscular endurance. Like I said, like I'm sitting here recording this probably 6 hours after the workout. So I've had a bit of food, I've had a bit of hydration since, and my legs are still feeling jelly. So I don't get sore anymore nowadays because I do a whole lot of volume every single day. You guys have spoken to me about this, through the comments and stuff. I don't get sore. Maybe tomorrow I'll have the mildest DOMSy kind of feeling. But for the most part, I don't really get sore anymore. So the way I think about it is I can handle more and more volume. For me, the signs for rest is more kind of like at a deeper level. Like I feel flat, I feel sluggish, I'm sleepy. Those kind of things let me know I basically need to sleep. It's not rocket science. If you're feeling sleepy, then freaking sleep. There's nothing else to it, man. Like you don't need a freaking machine to tell you. You don't need to count, your heart rate. You don't need to count how many freaking blinks you do in a day to work out that you need to sleep, man. If you're feeling freaking tired, then go sleep, man. Some of you guys have been asking me about, what I think about stimulants, coffee, pre-workouts, all of that sort of stuff. I guess I'll take this opportunity to, it's a bit of I've already kind of introduced this thing. If you feel sleepy, man, just sleep. If you need a pre-workout to get going, go to sleep. You know what I mean? Like, I know a lot of you guys rely on pre-workouts to get you going. I just think, nothing comes free in life, in this world. So for every up, there's going to be equivalent down. So you can throw in all that caffeine, you can throw in all those pre-workouts, but eventually it's going to catch up to you. So you can mask fatigue with some of these stimulants, but ultimately you're shooting yourself in the foot. You all need to pay attention to how you're feeling. We all need to pay attention of what the body's trying to tell you. If you're yawning and sleepy and you can't really be bothered going to the gym, then just go to sleep. Go to sleep. It's easy for me to say because I'm so in tune with my body after dedicating so long to training. I kind of know exactly what's up. And I know a lot of you guys, like, I don't do 9-to-5 jobs, but I have done them in the past where you finish work, you're driving home, you've done jack shit, basically. You've just sat in an office, shuffling some paperwork, and you're driving back home. You feel like you spent a whole day in the trenches, digging trenches. You're so fatigued, you're so fuzzy, you can't shake it off. You just want to go to sleep, but you've done nothing physically demanding. You've just sat on the computer, done freaking data. I have occasionally a work where I have an office day. I call it an office day. It comes in like once or twice every 6 months, basically. It's not that often that I do it, but man, those days are the hardest for me, man. Like, so I work 9 to 5 and I drive home and I literally feel like I've just done the heaviest freaking day ever because I'm not used to sitting down, right? Like, I'm a nurse working in ED, man. I'm always on my feet running around, 50 million people talking to me all the time. So you put me in an office with nobody around me and just looking at a screen and I have to do some auditing, man, that is a drag because you've taken me from a high environment of stimulus and you've dumped me into a freaking corner and I struggle with that, man. So the reason I'm telling you this is because, I just said to you that if you're feeling tired, go to sleep. Your body can lie to you sometimes. So I don't think you should rely on a pre-workout to get you out of that type of situation, 9-to-5 situation where you don't have a reason why you're tired, but you're just tired because you're mentally drained. So I can see why a lot of people just down a couple of coffees or slam a pre-workout or whatever, and then off you're going. I feel like there needs to be something else. You don't rely on chemistry, chemical stimulants to do that because you can't control that. There's no way to control that. You don't know what you're taking and blah, 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 blah. And there's hormonal flow and effects from that. It's a cascade. This is why I feel like if you start playing around with your hormones, man, you're potentially playing with fire. So on one hand, I'm telling you, if you're tired, go to sleep. On the other hand, I'm telling you, if you're tired, push through it. It's up to you to work out where that's coming from. If it's coming from a mental side of the side, obviously, you have to develop a bit of mental fortitude to kind of, fight through that. But if it's coming from a place of physical fatigue, your body's sending you signals telling you, all right, we're screwed, we got to rest, that's something different. For me, who squats every single day, I feel exactly how you might feel after a 9 to 5. It's that fogginess, it's that fatigue, I'm yawning, lack of motivation. That's when I feel like I need to take an easier day. But if you don't have a reason to feel this way, as in you don't squat every single day, you maybe train 3 days a week, and on the given day that you're supposed to train, you're feeling like that, and you haven't really put in Olympic level freaking, training volume, then you got to think to yourself, okay, this is all mental. And this comes back to the same kind of points that I always kind of tell you guys about. I truly feel like it's easier to train every day. Honestly, it's one less variable to worry about. Do I take a day off today, or do I take a day off tomorrow? You just get on with it. And every single day I come in and I know I have to warm up. That's literally the thought that I have. I'm coming in and I'm freaking warming up. And when I warm up, 9 times out of 10, I feel, damn, I can put in some sort of good volume today, or I can put in a good session. But ask me that before the warm up, I feel like shit. I feel like absolute crap. I'm not up for it. So the mind does play you. So you need to have methods other than chemistry, chemical stimulants to get you through. So maybe on the days that you feel sluggish like this and you don't have a physical reason, you just go to the gym and just warm up. Because when you wake the body up, you'll know exactly what's up. So once you've done the actual warm up and you're still feeling crap, so then you know that it's more than just a mental fog. Then okay, so we're still, I've got a sweat going and I still feel like shit. So then you cut the sessions short, you go home and you sleep, right? You recover. So I guess there's certain kind of signs that I look for when it comes to this sort of stuff. But for the most part, man, I don't agree with stimulants. I don't agree with, I grew up, my parents drink coffee like crazy, man. Like they must drink like a liter of coffee a day, it seems, man. Minimum, right? Like 5 coffees a day. That's kind of the environment I grew up. And their friends and a lot of my friends also drink coffee. My wife drinks coffee every morning. I think she has 1, maybe 2 coffees a day. So she's not as bad. So I know what coffee is. And I'm certainly not telling you don't drink coffee. Coffee's all right. It's just don't overdo it. I feel like you can rely on yourself to fight through this stuff and not chemistry. Just do the warm-up. That's basically it. By the way, guys, that was 160 for 1, 170, 160 for 1. That was 160 for 6, 170 for 5 here. You guys tell me what you think if I had 180 for 4 in me. This kind of felt like a battle. I felt my core starting to quiver underneath me, like my lower abs. I was having trouble staying tight. And that for me is a sign to leave it there. So here it is, a set of 5 with 170. So these first 2 reps felt good. Here I'm starting to feel it. That was a bit of a grindier set. 4. This is where I thought, okay, my core's got maybe 1 more in me and that's it. Yeah, proper slow down there. I said to the cameraman afterwards, I felt like my blood pressure was 300 in my head for that last rep. But there it is, guys. Another day, another pig squat. A lot better shape this time than I was last time. So I'm feeling like I'm heading in the right direction. All right, guys, some more of my thoughts. Another pig squat routine. Hope you guys had a good workout if you worked out today. Until next time, catch you guys later and peace out.